What's up, beautiful people? I am Rain of Successfully Single Online, your successfully single coach, and I'm super excited about this video because what are we in? March? We're in the third month of 2022, and I know you heard that summer bodies are made in the winter. Well, it's time to get summertime fine right here today, starting today. Now, mind you, when I say summertime fine, I'm not talking about like running treadmills and what's that called, stairmasters and things like that. I'm talking about that glow from the inside so it's spilling all over the outside. I'm talking about happy people do happy things, so you just joyous. I'm talking about a different type of summertime fine. I'm not talking about going to Planet Fitness, 24-hour Gold's Gym and all of that. I'm talking about some inner work, some self-work, right? That inner glow that's going to have you feeling good. And when you feeling good, you looking good. Or you feeling like you looking good, at least. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to do a little inner workout, I should say. Just like when you go and you work out, and you know, those who do get that summer body, working their butt off all winter, doing the work, and nobody want to see that part. Nobody want to see the 5 a.m. wake-ups. Nobody want to see the 2-a-days. Nobody want to see that. But they see them results. Same thing with your inner work, right? It ain't always going to be cute. It ain't always going to be fun. It ain't always going to be pleasant. You ain't going to always smile. Sometimes healing hurts. But you do all that work, you get to see them results. So I thought today we would talk about a few hints that can help you verify whether or not you are a people pleaser. So, as a former people pleaser, and I think people pleasing is a thing to where it's like you have to continuously remind yourself, or I'll speak for myself, I have to continuously remind myself of certain things. Like, it doesn't just go away. I may be triggered. I may be comfortable in an area, not wanting to adjust again. Multiple reasons. I have to remind myself. I have to continue work to not go back to some of those habits that I have, because some of them are done with, never to be seen again, never happen again, but not all of them, right? So let's get into 5 hopefully helpful hints that can let you know that you're a people pleaser. And these are important because every people pleaser that I have met is unhappy. You're not glowing from the inside. You're not enjoying your life. You're not enjoying yourself. Dwelling in unhappiness, right? And we don't always really understand why we are so unhappy. Or we expect certain things from others and think that's going to assist us in creating that happiness, right? So let's get into these hints. 5 signs, 5 hints, 5 things that I have experienced, and maybe you are experiencing them or have experienced them too, that can indicate that you're a people pleaser. So when we gonna start off with, you cater to others' feelings over your own. You cater to others' feelings over your own. I feel like this is pretty obvious why you'd be unhappy doing so. You know, if you're catering to other people's feelings, who's catering to yours? Because they matter. So who is catering to your feelings? And also it makes me think, or let me not say it makes me think, from my experience, I felt like I didn't have a voice. I felt like my voice didn't matter. But it was because I was not utilizing it. I was more concerned about how somebody may feel about me saying a certain thing. And I just wouldn't say it. I was concerned about how they might take it. I was concerned about, what they may perceive me as. Knowing that I come from a good place all the time. Still, putting other people's feelings and emotions, and even in relationships, a situation occurring and you being well in the right to be mad or be sad. And then that partner kind of trying to nudge you into being over it. Get over it already. And you're not wanting to be a nag. You're not wanting to be, that person. Obliging. That's a huge sign for me that I was a people pleaser. Let's go on to number 2. You seek validation from others. You seek validation from others. You want people to be happy with your choices. You actually not do something you want to do and do something that someone else suggests because it makes them happy. Oh, look, they happy. They suggest something that you went with now. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that because that makes you happy. And now you feel like you're doing something. Or it just makes that person happy in general and you just would rather. It's not a big deal to me. I can do either one. But you weren't going to do either one. You were going to do the one you were going to do. And you completely changed what you had planned to cater to someone else so that they would be happy with the decision you made. Or even things that you want to do in your life, career paths, who you date. Asking other people's opinions on those certain things that really you are the only one who can decide what's what, because you are the only one who knows how that makes you feel, what that's doing for you, what you truly desire. If you're happy, you're the only one who really knows that. But you're seeking validation from other people to try to make you feel like, okay, yeah, because this is right, because this is what they want, this is what people want, so this is what I should want. I used to do that. I used to think that I didn't have the answers to my life. Crazy, right? But I'm like, what's the right way to do it? Okay, so you think it should be going right? I was finna go left. I should go right. Okay, I'm gonna go right because this is how people do it. This is how, when really, you asking somebody who has no idea, a lot of times, who has no idea. They really have no idea of the trajectory of your life, but sometimes just in general. I find that the most confident people, the ones who speak with the most confidence, a lot of times they don't know what they're talking about. Ain't never did it before, ain't never thought about it, ain't never tried it, experienced it, nothing. So moving on to number 3. You will put yourself in a bad situation to put someone else in a better one. Another sign or hint that you may be a people pleaser, you will put yourself in a bad situation to put someone else in a better one. Example. I have had multiple times someone ask me to borrow money. At the time I was a server, I did not have in my possession the money for them to borrow and for me to still be cool. What I would do was, I would let them borrow the money. I would go pick up a shift to supplement for what I just let them borrow. One of my friends' moms told me, if someone asks you to borrow money and you don't have enough for you, after you let them borrow, you don't have it to let them borrow. You feel me? Like, if you need something that costs $150 and you have $200 and someone asks you to borrow $100, you don't have it. You have $200, but you need that $150. So you can't help them out with that. No, I need that because I got for what I got to do. She told me that so long ago and it stuck with me, even though I wasn't applying it. Even though I wasn't applying it, it stuck with me. Okay, number 4. Are we on 4? 1, 2, 3. 4. You have a hard time asking for help. This is still me, but I am improving. Thank the Lord. I believe a lot of people pleasers have a hard time asking for help because they know that when someone asks them for help, what they have to do sometimes to be helpful. Like the example I just gave, I have to pick up a whole shift just to make sure I'm good because you need to borrow money. So knowing that I did that, if I need something and I want to ask someone, I'm like, what do they have to go through to accommodate this ask? Not even knowing if they have to accommodate it in any type of way other than just giving it to you. Not even knowing if it's a struggle for them. Not even knowing if they would gladly help. But just knowing how challenging it can be for you to ask. One, because you don't want to hear no, because you barely ask as it is. Two, because you don't want to hear, oh, I ain't got it. Because as soon as you need it, nobody has it, right? Or I'm not available. Or I can't do that day. Or, what was the last one? Or, simply knowing what you go through to help someone. And the wild part about that is, from my experience, 9 times out of 10, no one would go that far to help you. You worrying about not putting them in a predicament that they wouldn't even put themselves in. They'd be like, no, I ain't got it. So you worried about asking them for help because you don't want to put them out. Not even knowing they never was stepping outside. Not even a toe out. Most of the time. Number 5 way. The number fifth. It's been a long day. I'm a little tired. But that's okay. The number 5 way. The 5th way. Oh, Jesus. That you may be able to tell that you are a people pleaser, or a hint that you're a people pleaser. You say yes when you want to say no. If you are a people pleaser and for some reason you didn't click, like none of those other ones click with you, I know this one too. You say yes when you want to say no. And the sad truth about a lot of the things that people pleasers go through, it's really two. One is that those people that you're pleasing would not do the same for you. 2 is that if you would use your voice, those people who would help you, would do the same, would, stop asking you, triggering your anxiety, like anything, they would accommodate you. Sometimes we just don't know because we don't ask, we don't speak up, because we don't want to be a burden. We don't want to be, we hear them complaining all the time. We don't want to be another complaint in their life. Again, we know what we go through. We don't want to put them out. We don't want them to have to go through what we go through because it ain't easy. But a huge challenge that I had to overcome, and still sometimes, not that much, but still sometimes face, is saying no. Letting that no be a no, and letting that no be a full sentence. No. Without an LOL sometimes. Because, now they feel like you got an attitude, As a former, because I'm not claiming that no more, former people pleaser, I have noticed that one huge thing that people pleasers go through while they're learning and they're healing and they're growing and they're setting boundaries, they begin to feel like the villain. Because now people hear you saying no. And they hear you letting them know I ain't got it. And they hear you letting them know, I hear your opinion, but I didn't ask for it. I'm gonna do this my way. I no longer seek the validation that I used to seek from you. So now you a whole different person. But because you don't cater to their ego or system or whatever, their access to you is different. That looks like a negative thing to them. And it's not. And I just really feel I need to say that because I personally felt like I had to just be okay with being the villain. If I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy. If I'm the bad guy, I'm the bad guy. I'll be that. Because I'm not going to stop my growth, my healing, setting boundaries to become a happier person, to heal, to cancel negative and harmful and unhealthy habits that I had that aren't doing anything for me. I'm not going to continue that journey. And if that makes me the bad guy, I guess I'll be that. Right? So those are 5 hints, 5 ways, 5 signs, 5 reasons that I personally saw in myself as a people pleaser, and that you may associate with in being a people pleaser. And if you feel like, and this is why I say it's important to, I didn't say on this video, but it's important to identify that, because it can be the source of you feeling, there can be a lot of emotions this brings up, but unhappiness. It can be a part of, the source of part of your unhappiness. Because a lot of times, people pleasers feel left out, alone, unthought of, unappreciated, because you want someone to ask you if you're okay. You want someone to ask if you need help. You want someone to be the you. And we don't always have someone like us around us. So it can feel like you don't have a voice. It can feel very lonely. And it can be overwhelming. And if you are experiencing that because you are a people pleaser, then guess what? It's time for us to set some boundaries. It's time for us to set some boundaries. And although you may feel like the villain at first, or even second or third, although some may not like it, guess what? It is going to allow you to just be a more authentic and happier version of yourself. You're worth that. You're worth, look, everything you are currently as you are is worth the things that you desire. You are fully worth that. And desiring people to care about you is not a bad thing. It's not asking too much. Desiring reciprocity in all the relationships you have, it's not a bad thing. But at the same time, we can't play the victim. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So setting boundaries would be a great step towards no longer being a people pleaser and allowing those people pleasing actions to keep you unhappy. Okay? Now this video is longer than well, it's not. I'll be talking. Y'all be talking. I could talk. So 20 minutes is about round. I thought it would be here. With that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, I am Rain of successfullysingle.online. I'm a successfully single coach. I assist people pleasers in finding their voice and setting boundaries to create a happier life. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. God bless. Goodbye.